How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Nostalgia Bait podcast. My name is Kara Presents.
And I'm Julian.
And we're here with a special guest, as always, the best. You know, he's done radio things. He's also really good at fan edits, and he does a lot of stuff on TikTok. I think you should check it out on the political side, and it's really cool stuff, and he's just an expert at everything. This is Eduardo, aka Mr. Cool Guy, aka Chuntillo.
We were talking about, you know, hey, let's do something simple. I'm just a humble guy. You don't need to add a whole bunch of big titles. But here we are anyway. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. I've been listening to you guys. I have things to say that you're like, I don't know if you should say that out loud, but if you do, say it on our podcast because it'll be controversial and we'll get views from that. And so that's the only reason why I'm here.
All right, I'm scared now.
Oh, no, wait. You're the one who said I should.
Well, what do you have to say? This is what this is for, all right?
No, please let's go through the show notes and then I'll be spontaneous towards the end. That way you can get that you can get those listens in, right? You don't want to burn it at the top of the show. We want to it'll be a slow burn. Yeah, you need the sauce to simmer a little bit. I got you. Exactly.
Know our worth.
Yeah, know everything, all right? Just know things because we are knowledgeable people, or so we think.
Uh-huh. Right. I agree.
So, but how have you been?
I've been really good. I've been doing things like you mentioned. I have a little TikTok that I sometimes do when we're recording this. I just actually recorded a thing of my own, even though it's in Spanish. If not, I would totally plug it here. Mm-hmm. But I recorded a. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So when we're recording this, there were some statements made by the president yesterday because there was, like you said, I do some political things. There was this report that came out saying that the president is old and he doesn't remember things. And he came out in defense of himself yesterday. I talk a little bit about that. I talk about how China isn't the U.S.'s biggest economic partner anymore. It's Mexico. Spoiler alert, because this will come out after I already published it. So it's not really a spoiler alert. And last but not least, there was this... what do you call it? Like a forecast in terms of the economy for the United States that states that it's going to grow a whole bunch in the next 10 years and it'll be in large part due to immigrants. And it's a thing that I didn't really see reported on the news, so I wanted to cover it. Again, all of this is really in Spanish because I don't see a lot of independent reporting in Spanish on social media, so I wanted to be that guy, and that's kind of what I do on YouTube and TikTok. So that's what I've been up to.
That's dope. Because, God forbid the news ever likes immigrants, God forbid.
And that's one of the things that I mentioned. I'm like, it's so much easier for the clickbait headline to be, chaos at the frontier, or they're pouring in the frontier border story, right? Instead of saying, because of immigrants, the economy is going to grow like $7 trillion in the next 10 years.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's I had no idea.
Anyway, I know that's what you guys don't usually talk about on this podcast. So that's why I was just doing this little parentheses here. That's what I've been working on recently.
For sure. Yeah, no, definitely check that stuff out. And I also saw your interview with your dad too. And that was kind of fun. My Spanish is incredibly minimal, but
better than mine.
But like contextually I can understand it slightly, so but yeah, it's a really fun watch, and you guys are Spanish speakers or just no Spanish at all, like it's like a 1 hour podcast of just him with his dad, and they talk about a lot of things, so yeah, you should check that out. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the podcast. First things first, we didn't talk about last week, and I don't know if you have thoughts on this, Eduardo, but Deadpool 3 just finished filming. Are you excited for Deadpool 3?
I think, I think like a lot of people, I'm hoping that Deadpool, and I guess what we know or what we think the plot is going to be, hopefully will be a nice, breath of fresh air for the MCU. I think a lot of people can agree that, maybe it's like taking a step down in terms of quality and in terms of, hey, what's the big story going to be for the next couple of years, right? So we're hoping Deadpool will be, breath of fresh air. I don't know if you guys just saw this. It maybe it got confirmed by the time this episode comes out, because supposedly this weekend we're getting a teaser trailer / trailer during the Super Bowl. But allegedly Allegedly, some people are saying this just popped up about an hour ago. The title is going to be Deadpool and Friend. Allegedly, there's a I don't know if it's a real logo, but there's a logo going around, and it's the Deadpool logo, and then and Friend is in the Wolverine yellow. I don't know if you
Goes
guys
hard.
and Friend instead of and Friends. I don't know what I don't know if it is a real title or not.
Deadpool and Friends sounds insane to me.
I like that though. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Oh my god. I thought it was a Deadpool like kills the Marvel universe or something like that. That's what I heard it was.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys have mentioned this on the podcast. I guess the idea is that Deadpool is going to be the only one that survives from like the Fox universe in a meta commentary and a meta sense. And so the idea is that he maybe goes around killing that universe. I don't know exactly what the plot's going to be. But yeah, I had heard that it was supposed to be called, or I guess one of the theories was that it's like, hey, Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. And they turned that into the title. But I don't know.
Guess we'll find out.
Oh my god.
It's pretty goofy.
Wait, Julian, didn't you tell me that I think Ben Affleck
What
is
did I
gonna show up in it?
I did not. I don't believe I did. I said it'd be cool. I think what set photos showed. You guys care about spoilers? I guess
No.
it shows like the Moon Knight.
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
Oh shit! Yeah. It shows like Moon Knight's truck and the Fantastic Mobile. I don't know what their ship is called.
Oh, the Fantastic Car?
Fantastic. Yeah. Shows that.
Ooh.
Shows Sabretooth and Toad, right?
Okay, this matters. What Sabretooth is it? Are we talking about X-Men Origins Wolverine? Or are we talking about the first X-Men?
First X-Men.
Oh, okay. All right, the better one. All right, nice.
This is the better one, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would love Ben Affleck in it.
Yeah, because I mean, it kind of goes along with what you're saying, Eduardo, is like the idea that, you know, if he's going to kill off the Fox universe, I mean, you know, Matt Murdock, Ben Affleck is in there too.
Might as well go out.
You might as well. I think we're all hoping that this will be actually the cameo fest that maybe a lot of people were saying Multiverse of Madness was going to be.
Yeah.
And I guess this one makes a little bit more sense. I mean, even just as far as looking at the last Deadpool movie, wasn't Brad Pitt in that one? Wasn't Terry Crews in that one? And you're like, where did they come from?
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're right. It came out of nowhere.
We'll take it.
Like one of those things like Brad Pitt, like maybe he took a picture of himself on his phone and then shows up like the last two frames.
Exactly. Yeah.
As what's his name? Translucent? No, that's my bad. That's
The Boys.
the boys.
That's the
my
boys. Yeah, I can't remember who the invisible guy was, but whenever he gets shocked, you see him for like a split second, and the story goes that Ryan Reynolds paid Brad Pitt like a cup of coffee for him to be on set just for that shot or something. I don't know. It's a hilarious like story. I don't know if it was just marketing for that movie,
Yeah.
but you know,
Good deal.
Ryan Reynolds
Cup of
being
coffee.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think out of all the things that are coming out, Deadpool 3 is definitely up there for sure for me, because you can do so much with that, you know, like especially with it's what you were saying, the cameo fest and all that stuff, and you can set up the future multiverse stuff with Secret Wars. So
For real. Have you guys seen the Thor 5 news? Marvel Studios Thor 5 will reportedly be the last installment of the franchise. And I
Really?
guess the
Okay.
rumored title is going to be Thor and the Legend of Hercules.
oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I don't know. It has
I've
me
kinda-
intrigued.
I don't know. I've gone past the Thor hype after Love and Thunder because I hated that movie.
I mean, it's so good.
It's not. Even if you're being sarcastic, it's not. I hate that movie. How do you have Jane Foster as Thor? By the way, like Natalie Portman, and you screw that up. How's that possible?
It's because they didn't screw it up. Pete.
Do you think it's one of those things where it's so bad it's good, or
No.
am I missing something here? Because I look, full disclosure, I didn't want to comment on Thor 4 because I haven't watched Thor 4. I saw the trailer. I'm like, I don't I don't really like this, and I don't know if it's going to add anything to like my larger understanding of the mythos. And yeah, then it came out and they're like, yeah, this doesn't really set up or take away anything like relating to like the larger stories. So you don't have to watch it. And I'm like, good. Didn't wanna.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, seeing Jane Foster as Thor was really dope to me. Because I just think Natalie Portman is great in most things. So it's like, I really liked her as in that. And then Christian Bale is also really good in the movie. So I think on those lines, if you want to see them in their roles, it's worth watching. But anything you like about Thor from the first 3 movies, it's kind of thrown out the fucking window in this last one. So
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because at least from like the big 3, Chris Hemsworth is the only one that's left. I mean, you could say that there's an old man Steve Rogers out there somewhere because we haven't debunked that he died or anything, right? But Tony died, and it's just Thor at this point. So it just kind of sucks that like one of the OG, Avengers is kind of put down completely in terms of like movies because you're like, yeah, they're not that great.
Out of the main 3, it's insane that it's Thor.
Yeah, out of all of them, the one people consider like the more like boring Avenger is definitely the one that's stuck around the longest.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I think Steve Rogers is dead because of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Did he die? I thought we kept making a joke that he was on the moon or something. Wasn't that the same show that they're like, well, maybe he's on the moon?
Oh, I think they were just saying that shit. But like, because the beginning of Falcon and the Winter Soldier is his funeral. So
was it his funeral?
Is it? I'm so dumb. Isn't it? I thought that was just what's his name? Falcon given the Smithsonian the shield. I think it was just that, but I don't think it was a funeral. If we're getting a funeral, I think it might be in the next Cap movie. I don't think they would have put a Captain America funeral on a Disney Plus show. No offense to Disney Plus shows. You guys are wasting gajillions of dollars by the minute, in my respects, right? But I
Percy Jackson.
Hey, Percy Jackson.
Shout out Percy Jackson.
A fucking hit, am I right?
Dude, season 2.
Season 2. Dude, it finally got renewed.
It's a hit for the 10 people that watched it.
All right,
unfortunately.
You must be a Harry Potter stan.
He's a Harry Potter.
No, look, I am not. I don't take parties with either or. Little known fact about me: I didn't because of. I don't know. I guess I missed the bandwagon when I grew up. I didn't actually watch the Harry Potter movies until like the pandemic, and then Percy Jackson. I also missed it, but my sisters were into it. But from what I hear, at least the TV show is closer to the books than what the movie was. Am I mistaken?
Yeah.
Closer to 100%.
Oh, easily. It's like night and day.
But what about there was a joke here. Wait, I had a joke. Oh, what about that Medusa scene with the iPod Touch? Is that still in this one or no?
Unfortunately, it's not.
Oh, well,
I will say I was disappointed that one.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. Because in the book, it's not an iPhone. Because the book came out in 2005.
Right.
And in the book, I'm pretty sure it's like some kind of green ornament or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I remember it was green, but yeah. So, and that's what she uses to reflect. But in the show, they just, I don't know. I don't think he reflects anything. So I think it just says someone, if you don't know anything about Percy Jackson, I mean, it's cool if you missed the bandwagon.
Sorry, guys.
Whatever. People have, no, don't say sorry. People have their lives. But if you want to get into, like, see what it's about, I think the show is a good, like, intro to it.
Nice. It's definitely on my watch list of things to do. I completely missed out on the Ted Lasso hype while it was around, and so I just recently binged that, and right now I'm on Severance. So right after Severance, I'll jump into Percy Jackson, or I'll wait until season 2 and watch season 1 right before that. That way I can watch all of that together. The thing that surprises me the most, and this will be I guess a stupid opinion or perception of reality, is just how fast time moves. Because Percy Jackson, the actor, Walker Scobell or Scobell, how do you say his last name?
I don't know.
Whatever, Walker.
I say Scobell.
He was in The Atom Project with Ryan Reynolds, right? And he was this little kid and he was just jumping around, right? I didn't see like any of the trailers for Percy Jackson because I knew that I was going to watch it eventually, and I just wanted to go in with nothing. But on TikTok, you got one of those like the actors promoting the show or whatever. Mm-hmm. This man is 50 years older than when I last saw him on the Adam Project. He
Dude,
grew
his
up
voice
so
dropped
quickly.
so fast.
It did, and he got so much taller than he was in the Adam Project. What happened there?
I mean, he did. It's funny because he's the most like profile, most busy while he's going through puberty.
100%. Like it's gonna suck, and I think that's why a lot of people were like, "Oh no!" When the writer's strike happened, they're like, "Oh no, Percy's gonna like grow in the blink of an eye." Because did they wrap filming right before the strike, or did they have to wait until the strike was over to film?
They wrapped filming. In an interview, Walker Scobell says he thought they were going to film season 2 like literal months after season 1 finished filming.
Yeah,
but that's when the strike happened. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But the crazy thing, like, still is that according to wherever I am, I think this is Wikipedia, he's still 15.
Yeah.
So technically, he's still the age. His voice is just way too different, and I think he just looks older now. Like he grew in the blink of an eye, literally, for me. Anyway, I think he's incredible too. I think he's really funny. I love that interview that he does with Ryan Reynolds and Mark Ruffalo and Jennifer Gardner. And he recites the whole beginning monologue of Deadpool 2. That's one of my all-time favorite like interview moments. Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a great leading man and all that stuff. Like, I feel like for a lot of things, it's always hard for child actors because you're either perceived badly or you don't act as good, but you're also a child, you know. So, but I can say for certainty, like because most of the cast are kids. And they cast them extremely well. So
100%.
Also, you guys didn't tell me the Flash's kid is Medusa in this.
Oh yeah, Nora.
Yeah, Nora's in this.
Yeah, they picked like one of the most beautiful women to be Medusa. That's pretty.
Well, that was the point
smart.
of Medusa. That was the point of Medusa, which it still blows my mind. Unless I'm wrong. Let me see. Let me look this up real quick. She's 39. Did you guys know that? She doesn't look 39.
She's 39.
That's what Google is telling me. I think she might be older.
That's insane.
Than Grant.
Yeah, she is.
I think she is, older than Grant, which is insane.
He's 34.
Yeah, she's older than Grant and Candace.
Yeah. So how is she playing a teenager or however old she was supposed to be? Neither here nor there. We've had this conversation. Like the internet in general had this conversation.
Yeah, we can have a conversation about how dumb that was. But anyways.
Anyway, she's gorgeous, by the way. She's beautiful. Not which is what we were getting at. Anyway, she's in that. The one thing I do hope, since Percy, or what's his real name? Walker. The one thing I do hope doesn't happen to him is obviously like Percy Jackson is kind of like a known IP. And so he comes into this known IP. Mm-hmm. I just hope that projects separate from this, his agent is selective about how good it is, because we saw Tom Holland come in early 20s, come in and do Spider-Man, but every like side project that he did, you're like, oh, it's just this. Like, it's nothing that blows you away when you know that there's potential. Like we were just talking about how like there's charisma, there's a charm to Walker, right? I just hope in whatever side project he does, he can continue to carry that. And it's not just, well, because you're in this known IP, we need to reserve your energy and your best chops for the known IP and not your separate projects.
Yeah.
It is a worry about like, because you're a Disney kid, because it's like they have like a certain idea or something that you can't take certain projects. Like I know with Zendaya, she was, I never saw the show she was on in Disney, but I know that till she was like 18 or 19, she couldn't do like crazy like acting roles and stuff. And now she's doing it, which is dope. Because she's out of the whole Disney thing. But it does worry me that it's like you're taking all these amazing like child actors and stuff, and I see that they can have range to do a lot of, I'm not gonna say better, but like more elevated projects. And it's kind of with you, like it kind of worries me that they're just gonna keep them in here until they're early 20s ish. Like they're gonna do the thing that they did with Daniel Radcliffe. Where it's just kind of like, oh, he's the Harry Potter dude. And then now that dude is doing crazy shit now. The Guns Akimbo and shit.
Weird Al.
Weird Al, yeah, he was a Weird Al.
I mean, I hope the best for the kid, but like you mentioned, I mean, it just really depends on whatever it is that he does, and or we'll see him. I think we're starting to see like the newer generation, and you pointed it out with Zendaya, that they've just been getting smarter. So the moment that they're free from whatever contract Disney has on them, they're like, okay, well now I'm actually going to go do like an artsy project. And because I've had like all of these years of experience, because I've basically grown up in this environment, I am able to like executive producer, be an associate producer on whatever I do next, just like Zendaya did with like Euphoria, right? Which a lot of people don't know is actually a spinoff from Shake It Off, the show that she was on in Disney. It's
wow.
crazy. The universes are connected.
I know, right?
Everything's connected. I didn't realize that Percy Jackson was also a younger version of Ryan Reynolds. Like I didn't.
Yeah, did you
I didn't
know
realize
that?
that? You know, that's kind of insane.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is a real life god, little G. So, you know.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. And he's also Hal Jordan. It's kind of crazy.
That's crazy. And he got killed by himself, Deadpool, which is also kind of crazy.
That's kind of crazy. So I don't know how he's alive. Anyways.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Speaking of cast things, I did want to talk about Supergirl because have you seen House of the Dragon at all?
I haven't. No,
I have seen half of episode 1.
I haven't seen any of it. So you're already one up me, Julian.
I missed completely out on the whole Game of Thrones and then subsequent spin-offs. So I don't know what she does. I know who she is, and people are saying she's good. So I'm like, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name? Millie
Alcock.
Millie Bobby Brown. That's her name.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Good for her.
11 herself, you know. No. Millie Alcock. I mean, I know I saw a post where James Gunn was like, I guess replying to Jim Lee.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, you should see her tape. Like, it was dope. So I can only imagine what kind of vision they have for that. But I'm hoping this Supergirl movie is like super vibrant and colorful, but also like it can do extremes, because if you see the comic, it does a lot of extremes. So yeah, I mean, I wish I had something to say about the casting. If people say she's good, she's good. You know?
I have something to say about this because obviously our points of reference are Melissa from the CW and who was our other Flash Supergirl?
Oh, Sasha Kai, yeah.
Sasha, right? So we see those two and we're like, oh man, Millie is young. She's only 23, born in the year of our Lord 2000.
The Lord,
and
yeah.
she's like, and she's small, right? She's like a petite little actress, right? And so then the best kind of hope that it's given me, because I've just gotten so used to these other two versions of Supergirl, is she kind of looks like the DC animated universe from like the Justice League Unlimited. And I'm like, oh, well, if they're doing that, I totally see the vision. I've just gotten so used to the Sasha or the Melissa version that are, you know, slightly older. They're slightly more experienced. Well, yeah. I guess Sasha, not so much because she had been locked away, but that universe got destroyed by a CGI Ezra Miller. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what James Gunn's version of Supergirl is in this universe.
Yeah. Is it confirmed that she's gonna be in Superman Legacy?
James Gunn said something like, "Hey, I didn't
like
say she was in
dancing
the
around
movie."
it.
Yeah, I think there's a version of the script that she makes like a cameo, but easily could be taken out if like they're like, this is getting overstuffed or whatever. Like I can see a version where like it's a post-credit scene, or I don't know. I don't know how instrumental she'll be to the main story that James Gunn has been like, hey, well, no, this is like a Superman story. Everyone that's been announced thus far, you know, exists in the universe and they're supporting characters, but they're not the main characters. Like Superman, Clark Kent continues to be. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, I trust you, James Gunn.
Yeah. I mean, I do imagine that, because, you know, in Guardians of the Galaxy, it's like you have the Guardians 3000, which, if you know the characters, it's like they're insane characters, and you just have them as like in 2 scenes in the movie, just casually. I wonder if that's how they're going to treat like Mr. Terrific and Green Lantern and Hawk Girl and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It does worry me that it's gonna get stuffed. But I trust James Gunn.
Correct, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. At least before, like whenever we got these like Easter eggs, and I don't want to summon anybody, but in the Snyderverse, that we got like small like callbacks to like
been
other
summoned.
places. No, please,
You done
guys.
it.
Oh, at least here it feels like it's meant to serve the broader universe and
Sure.
not just be a wink and a nod to the audience.
Yeah. Sure.
I agree with that. I also agree because, look, I'll be someone who defends like Zack Snyder's Justice League and Batman v Superman in their own merit. Not necessarily that I think it's the best story, but like as their own like a Zack Snyder project, I enjoy them. But in terms of like how the storytelling worked for that, it was definitely more of like I thought Man of Steel had a good direction. Maybe a slightly flawed direction, but regardless, it's a direction. And then it felt like they needed to catch up with Marvel, so then they did everything super quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they didn't trust the characters to make the story, which is why I like things like Blue Beetle that came out and all that stuff, because it feels like they're more in tune with how the character is and less of like how it fits in everything. It's like still a small story, which I like. So,
which reminds me, since you mentioned Blue Beetle, if you guys need a Hispanic friend to watch that movie with, I'll always be here available for you guys. if you guys want to watch that movie and need a Hispanic friend to do so.
Thank you. We were trying to
Just thought I
tiptoe
should-
around that topic, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, look,
it's funny you're saying that to Julian. That's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. Oh my god! Yeah, because of the thumbnail that we saw,
It's
watching
so
Blue
funny.
Beetle with my Hispanic friend.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess.
Peak.
I mean, content is content, but
Yeah.
I'll take it. I
I'll
guess.
take it.
No, but do you know how much shit I'd get if I like invited one of my friends to watch Black Panther and I was like watching Black Panther with one of my black friends? Like, that's not cool. Don't do that.
I forgot to tell you guys, I have this video coming up. It's watching Barbie with my wife, because she is my woman, and then you put that in parentheses. First time watching, all in caps.
You know
That's a
what?
good one.
I'm
Good
there
one.
for it.
I kind of want to
Thank
see
you.
that though. Also,
Thank you. You guys are supportive, and I appreciate that.
but I also want to see it. It's not just me being supportive. I need that now.
Oh,
You put it in my psyche.
the problem.
This is what you've done.
The problem is my wife and I are more yin and yang. So if anything, I'm going to be the one singing to Dua Lipa while we're watching Barbie. So
And she doesn't like that type of stuff.
not that she doesn't like it. I'm just way more expressive while watching movies. She's like, "It's a movie. Why are you getting hyped?" And I'm like, "Because it's a movie."
Oh, I see. So you're the movie nerd. She's just like, all right, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's just how most people are, though, too.
Yeah, probably.
So,
Probably.
Yeah.
I would hope so. Anyway, Blue Beetle. We started talking about this because of Blue Beetle, but I'm excited for Supergirl.
yeah. Oh, for sure. I think, because the artwork's amazing. And especially with the way James Gunn has talked about like creative vision and stuff, I'm really excited for the idea that, dude, get Greta Gerwig on it. Like, I think that would be incredible, honestly.
Imagine, bro.
The
Imagine.
visuals. Woo!
It'd be honestly amazing.
Yeah. Like, she delivered Barbie. Like, she can do whatever the fuck she wants. You know?
Matthew
Has
Vaughn
she-
also expressed interest.
Oh,
I could
that's
see
another
that.
good vision. But, and I'm not just saying women can only make women media, but wouldn't it be cool if we got another like really cool? Who's the director of Wonder Woman? Patty Jenkins.
Patty Jenkins,
Wonder
yeah.
Woman moment where it's like, well, this story is about a woman who's like empowering. What was the title that we're getting? Woman of Tomorrow. We're getting that for the Supergirl movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's based on I think it's a Tom King.
Tom King.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Julian loves Tom King.
I will defend him over anything. And a lot
Are
of people
him and
hate him.
Stephen King related?
If only.
They're not.
Nah, but Tom King is an architect of the DC universe.
It's like
Oh,
how
good
every
for him.
Smith isn't related. It's insane.
Wait a minute. So I just looked him up. Okay, yeah. Notable work: The Vision, Batman, Mr. Miracle, The Sheriff of Babylon. But did you know that he's also an ex-CIA officer?
The fuck? What?
See,
That's
really?
literally the first sentence. Tom King, born July 15, 78, is an American author, comic book writer, and CIA officer. What? What does that mean? What the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm going down a wormhole. I didn't mean to...
That's okay.
I
That's
learned
insane,
to
though.
deviate.
I mean, his stories are kind of crazy in like a good way. So that kind of background kind of makes sense, honestly.
Oh, so the rumors of the CIA using creatives to propagate some sort of thing to the United States society is a real thing. Can you believe it? There's no more information on that. That's the only thing that I'm getting.
Wait, you're telling me that Marvel is military propaganda?
No, DC is military propaganda.
Wow,
Because of
everything
Tom
is
King.
propaganda? I had no idea.
So the only thing that I'm
Gosh,
getting here
damn
that
it.
might connect it to the CIA is, as of 2016, this is again on Wikipedia, personal life. The only thing on personal life, by the way.
Okay.
As of 2016, King lives in Washington, D.C. with his wife and 3 children. I will not say their names, but they all start with a C. That's pretty cool. But he lives in Washington, D.C. He used to be... Oh, wait. I got it. In 2014, King was chosen to co-write Grayson for DC Comics along with Tim Seeley and Mikhail Janin on art. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. May 2014, featuring Dick Grayson leaving behind his Nightwing persona at age 22 to become Agent 37, a spiral spy. King and Seeley plotted the series together and traded issues to scripts separately, and King provided authentically, I think someone missed a sentence here,
Yeah,
to
someone
his
didn't write
background
shit.
with the CIA. So he used his knowledge of the CIA to write those issues with Dick Grayson as Agent 37, whatever that means. Is that a popular thing?
I haven't read
It
it.
was New 52, so not really.
Yeah, fuck you. I hate New 52 with a passion.
Wait.
There
I
was
got
a
another
really
thing.
interesting
I gotta-
thing, though.
I got another thing. Wait, is this what you're going to say? Are you also on the Wikipedia?
No, you can add your thing to it.
Here, real quick. King interned both at DC and Marvel, where he was an assistant to the X-Men writer, whatever, before joining the CIA counterterrorism unit after, drumroll please, 9/11. King spent 7 years as a counterterrorism operations officer for the CIA before quitting to write his debut novel, A Once Crowded Sky, after the birth of his first child.
Yeah, because counterterrorism is not a real thing. That's why. So
Don't worry about it. But it
Don't
only
worry
took him
about
7
it.
years to figure it out.
We don't profile anybody at all.
It's okay, I guess. That's crazy, though. So you support this, Julian? You support the CIA through Tom King? That's what you were saying? That Supergirl should be CIA propaganda? That's what you were saying?
That's what
You know
you
what?
were saying.
Yeah. But no, in his run, Nightwing or Dick Grayson gets shot in the head and
Oh my
loses all
God.
of his memories. But he
lives?
he lives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
And,
no one dies in the DC universe.
Oh, okay. Well,
No one does, but like he pitched a version where Dick Grayson would be recovering and learning to be himself again, while Tim took over the mantle of Nightwing. It would be a story about 2 brothers bonding, caring for each other in the shadow of the bat. Wouldn't that be such a fun story? Gives us more Tim Drake, and I love Tim Drake.
Yeah, that actually sounds really cool, though.
anyway,
I
But
wish.
no, we didn't get that.
Yeah, because I mean, again, God forbid they do like a person.
interesting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Anyway, I'm excited for Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. If it's going to be based on the 8-issue miniseries, is it that, or is it just title only? Do we know?
It's going to be an adaptation.
Yeah,
Both Tom King and the artists.
I've read about
it. Plus James
half.
Gunn.
Yeah, I've read about half of it. I'm too lazy to buy the rest, but it's really good. Like visually, it's pretty incredible. It definitely gets you a lot more into Supergirl as a character. Again, in terms of like, again, it's somehow like visually stunning, but it's also very depressing, but also not. It has a nice contrast to it. I think if you haven't read it, like that's definitely something you should check out.
Very exciting. I do have to check this out again, just because And I think we saw this from the very beginning as soon as James Gunn took over. And he's like, I'm DC's new papi, right? And he's like, hey, the comics. Hey, the comics. They're important to the foundation of this universe that we're building. And here are some of my favorites. And just whenever something new gets released, he's like, you like that story in Crisis of Infinite Earths? Well, it's a comic book. Check it out. And so I like that he's pushing towards like, the original influences to like these movies or these TV shows. And I think I've got to check them out.
Yeah. Especially in comparison to Marvel, where some of the writers were told not to read the comics. And you have DC over here, James Gunn, just promoting the comics and being like, we're taking heavy influence of themes and tones and story arcs from these characters that we all love.
Like, Secret Invasion. What's that? Is it? I guess it's a spy espionage. No, it's because the Skrulls, you don't know who the fuck they are, and so it's a crazy story. But God forbid you actually do it right.
Secret
With
Invasion.
Samuel L. Jackson, by the way. How do you waste Samuel L. Jackson like that? So
Secret Invasion, right, Marvel? Like the story with the Fantastic Four and Super Skrulls and oh no.
Oh yeah, like Winter Soldier. Right?
Like Winter Soldier, but not.
But Winter Soldier is better. That's the only problem with that.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
It's incredible. It's so funny. It's actually funny you mentioned the whole he's caring a lot more about comics and like, oh, you like this comic? As we were talking about that, I just realized how incredibly James Gunn would definitely do Beast Wars easily. Do you know what Beast World is, Eduardo?
No, I'm looking it up. One second.
All right,
it's
Julian.
Beast World. Oh, it's Titans. It's from the Titans universe. All
right, Julian, do your thing.
Do the thing.
I love it. It's written by Tom King, who's written Injustice, like the comic series. He's also written Deceased, the one with all the zombies.
That's one. That's a great one. I have that.
Yeah.
And he's written Dark Knights of Steel, which is like medieval DC. And in this one, an ancient starfish is coming to attack Earth. And Starfire remembers it, and she only knows it was defeated by Starro. So Beast Boy turns into Starro to try to take on this new starfish alien, kaiju thing.
Yeah.
And then because of that, he somehow, little Starro spores that shoot out.
Yeah.
It infects all of Earth, turning people into hybrid animals. Doesn't that sound peak?
That sounds pretty, I think.
You have like a Power Girl turning into like a flame bird type of shit, and Batman turning into like a hound. I love it.
Yeah, it's such a great idea. And if you've seen Peacemaker, I feel like knowing this story, it's like, yeah, I think James Gunn would love to do something like this.
Yeah, and he likes Tom King as a writer. Not Tom King, Tom Taylor.
Oh yeah, Tom Taylor. Yeah.
I love it.
Sorry, I will say for a second. My little dog was barking. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I tried to mute myself. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh, I don't know if you could hear the dog earlier from me. I have a dog here too.
Yeah, but that sounds like a very manly dog. Mine's a little yip yip dog.
No, you don't understand. This dog's a bitch. All right, she barks loud, but she is a coward.
Sorry, going back to what you guys were talking about. Yes, if anyone is gonna do something crazy and kooky and like real comic booky, I think it will be leadership and filmmakers under James Gunn, because they will be giving that liberty. I was just looking at, again, on Twitter, someone was like reposting like one of the shots from the Suicide Squad where Starro is like peeing its little stars or whatever you guys want to call them. And they're like, it's crazy how like 10 years ago, Starro would have been like just a big cloud, a purple cloud. And that would have been Starro, and that's it. Like the depiction on screen would have just been like, we saw it in Green Lantern where it's just a huge cloud of nothing. But seeing
I'll one up you on that actually. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, Galactus
also
is a cloud. Why don't you make it a big purple boy? Like,
which is insane because like the costumes for the Fantastic Four were so comic accurate.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah. The cast is great. It's goofy. Yeah. Like
Silver Surfer.
Why don't you add a little goofy big man?
For real.
Eats planets.
Or you didn't have to do a goofy big guy. just make Earth small and make Galactus a normal sized guy, right? You could do it from that perspective. You don't have to do it where it's like, well, maybe he's bigger than the universe. Maybe the universe is so small, he's just a normal guy. Like at the end of Men in Black, where it's like, well, actually, the galaxy is just a marble or whatever, right? Really play with people's imagination, but no, we're gonna do a big cloud or whatever. Anyway, I'm really excited. I was reading through the Beast Worlds storyline. Also, it's brand new, so if they were gonna adapt something like brand new, here it is. Oh yeah, it just ended in January.
I will say the ending was a bit of a disappointment.
Well, okay, well, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Other than that, the concept alone is amazing.
It did a real Marvel show slump where it's like pretty good for some time and then it just doesn't know what to do in the finale.
I think they knew what to do in the finale. It just wasn't what I was hoping it would be.
Oh, okay.
Disappointing.
Yeah. I'll check that for sure. The Knuckles trailer also came out, by the way.
I know you wanted to talk
you want to talk about that?
I did want to talk about that because I didn't know there was more Knuckles content outside the movies. Like, what the fuck? You know?
I thought that had been announced.
I didn't know that. Maybe I'm just dumb, but
I thought we knew that Idris Elba loved the character so much. He said, "I want my own thing." That's what he said. I want a Knuckles. He said, Idris Elba. Quote me on that.
Idris Elba said, "This is better than any character I've ever played ever, including Luther."
What is the Sonic the Hedgehog fan base called? Do they have a name?
Is it
the Sonics?
The coins, the eggheads,
the eggheads. No, that's if you like Dr. Eggman.
I don't know, the hedgehogs,
the hedges,
the hogs,
the hogs were extremely excited because Sonic 3 and Knuckles are coming out within the year, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's both of them at the same time within the year. Like we're getting Knuckles in when? November? When are we getting Knuckles?
I don't know.
Before November?
Probably.
Give me 1 second. I get you... Oh, no. April. We're getting that in April.
Oh, shit.
That's in April. Yeah. And then Sonic 3 comes out in December. Yeah. This year, we're getting Sonic and Knuckles.
I do love Knuckles. I mean, the second Sonic is super fun because of Knuckles. And then I think the third one, we're getting Shadow. So...
Bro.
That'll be cool. Did they learn nothing from fucking The Matrix? Like, The Matrix, 2003, they put out Animatrix, and they put out the second movie and the third movie. Why are they putting it all in the same year? I don't know. Think that's the greatest idea, just on a, distribution standpoint.
I think it might be one of those things where it's like maybe because of the strike, it got delayed, and Knuckles was meant to come out last year, 2023. Yeah. And so it got pushed back for whatever reason. And then I think this was confirmed, but Jim Carrey is also coming back for the third Sonic.
He is.
We knew this already?
Yes.
Jim Carrey, notorious for not liking sequels.
That's what I was going to say. He doesn't really do sequels.
No.
I mean, there's the exceptions. I think Dumb and Dumber was an exception.
And Ace Ventura.
Because he did
that too.
And Ace Ventura. Yeah. But apart from that, so, I mean, I guess they must be paying him a pretty check.
Unless he really likes the character. It's very possible.
Guess. Yeah, I think that's also true. Yeah.
I think he does.
So.
Do you think Idris Elba really likes the character of Knuckles, or do you think it's an easy paycheck for him?
He's just recording voice.
I mean, both can be true. But which one do you think why do you think he does it?
I hope for the Sonic fans he likes the character.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, I really don't care.
Idris Elba does seem like a cool guy. I hope so. Kid Cudi is in the show, right? Yeah, Kid Cudi's in the show. So I hope, because Idris Elba also has a musical background of rapping in British. I hope that Knuckles does a little rap or something.
That'd be kind of amazing.
It sounds like something a Sonic thing would do.
Holy shit! Yeah. Kid Cudi and Idris Elba doing a song together sounds crazy to me.
Imagine that fever dream of content. Anyway, these are just ideas, Paramount. You don't have to do them. Take them or leave them. That one's a freebie.
My next one, however.
Next one will cost you.
Exactly. I don't do this for free. I mean, I do, but I don't do this for free.
Yeah. But not this one. Not the next one. This one was for free. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. I think those are the main things. Dune is coming out. I think yeah, that's pretty much it.
Dune
honestly.
bucket, Dune bucket, Dune bucket.
Oh no.
Have you guys seen it?
The Dune bucket? Oh my god.
It's phenomenal.
It's wild. There's no way that they thought that was the greatest idea. Like cuz
No, it's working. I haven't seen Dune 1, but I'm seeing Dune 2 just for the bucket.
Oh wow. Oh, Dune.
Well, you don't have to go watch it if you just want the bucket. I think you could just buy the bucket. You don't need to go watch it.
I
if you
need
just
the
want-
experience
Oh,
of using
okay.
the bucket.
It's a 4D experience, I guess.
What do you mean using? I don't like how you said that.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
I'm just
Don't worry about
worried.
it. It is what it is. Don't worry about
I
it.
was just really passionate about popcorn KR.
That's cool.
No, that worries me honestly. And if you're doing that in public, that's that worries me even more. But yeah, it's so funny that they put time and effort. I'm just thinking of like the setup for that because there's obviously a manager, PR, people who mock up all these things and then approve them and stuff.
A
And it
whole
went through-
assembly line.
Yeah, it went through all these stages and no one was like, huh.
Maybe someone can put their. No. Okay. I guess not. No. I guess
Why
not.
would they do that? It's a worm.
No, they wouldn't do that.
No. People love
What
Dune.
if-
Why would they do that?
Here's my pitch for how it went down.
All right.
What's the director's name? Frenchman himself, Denis Villeneuve.
Is it Dennis Villeneuve? I don't know how to pronounce it.
That's
right,
the guy. You got it.
Yeah.
Mr. Frenchman himself. I think he's French. I mean, it sounds French. Denis Villeneuve. They come to him.
Français.
Who's distributing? Who's distributing this? Warner Brothers, right?
Warner Brothers, yeah.
Warner Brothers comes to him and they're like, "Listen, Dennis." He's like, "It's Denis. Listen, Dennis. You need to make money off of this, and your big spectacle like is mainly meant for like a specific audience. Like this isn't really a wide appeal movie. We're trying to get people in by putting in Zendaya and Timothy Chalamet, hot off
French
the
boy.
success of Wonka, right? Do you have any more ideas?" And then Denis Villeneuve, being the Frenchman that he is, I think, he's like, "Well, in France, we're very sexual people." And so Warner Brothers said, "Say no more." And then that's how this happened.
You didn't even say how. He was just like, say no more.
Say no more. We
get the
got it. We
picture.
understand it. We get the picture.
I went to Paris once.
Exactly.
I get you.
We have offices in Paris.
Wow. En français.
It's the bucket, the Dune bucket.
I hope we offend everyone who's French right now who's listening.
Ah, come on. It's a well-spirited joke, France. Take it.
It is. Take it.
Take it.
And then yeah, fuck off.
And then love it. Oh, come on.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, two very different things for that. but
Yeah, definitely.
I do like this situation, and I'm very sure that's exactly what happens because
I think that's exactly what happened.
terrible
Yeah.
at communicating with their creators.
100%. And that's the only reason why I think that's how it happened. I think it was an executive having just a one-off, whatever, nonchalant conversation. And then Villeneuve, he made a funny joke, a French joke, and then Warner Brothers took it too far, like they always do.
I mean, I'll do you one better. I'm sure what happened was an exec or a producer was watching that movie and was like, hey, like we can't really sell toys in any of these because, it's a very dystopian, intense, revolutionary kind of story,
Yeah.
and it's very silly, but you're making it into this grounded thing. So we can't really sell toys on that. So what's like another thing that like a lot of people have? They rattle off a few things, and then one of them is one that you can't really say, publicly without being messed up. So, and then they're like, say no more. But I'm sure it was a producer thing, yeah.
They saw the success of the Barbie car, which was the bucket for the popcorn bucket for the Barbie movie. And they're like, well, we can't make it into any one of these like wasp-looking flying vehicles that they have in Dune World.
Yeah,
We can't
that's not
really-
attractive.
It's not attractive. Also, how are we going to fit the popcorn? There's going to be 3 popcorns that fit inside of that vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Do we just give people sand? No. Is there anything else? Well, there's a big worm lizard thing. Yeah, do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that, I guess.
Oh my god.
Such low effort, I guess.
Such low effort. I'm excited for the movie.
No,
but-
it's high effort.
I'm excited for the movie, but you know, I just I'm not getting that shit. I don't want to get that shit just because now I know the reputation behind it. So it's like, if I am caught buying that, I'm worried.
You'd have to really explain yourself. You're like, I got it for the popcorn. I promise, just
And
for the
only the
popcorn, and
popcorn.
only the popcorn.
It's only the popcorn.
It's true.
Anyways, that was a great thing to talk about.
The more you know.
Oh my god. Yeah, Daredevil's filming right now. What are you guys feeling about that?
I was gonna let the experts speak first because I didn't watch the Netflix show. I still have to watch the Netflix show, so I can't really comment on this. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, I don't want to be right or wrong, you know.
Oh,
But I don't want to be more wrong than right, if that makes
Okay,
any sense.
as someone
it
who
looks
just-
cool.
L.
as someone
Sorry.
as someone who just knows what Daredevil is, how do you like any of what you're seeing? Have you seen anything?
Yeah, from what I hear, Matt Murdock, that's his name, right? Daredevil is Matt Murdock, right?
Yep.
He's a whore, from what I hear. I hear he
He
has
is a
multiple
whore.
ladies. Hey, right? That's all I know of him, actually. I knew he was blind because somebody mentioned that his mask, like you can't actually see through his mask. And I'm like, oh, so
Yeah.
he must be blind. That's crazy. Is in the Netflix show. Again,
He's a
I haven't
devout
watched
Catholic. That's another
it. Right,
thing.
he's a Catholic, right?
That's why he's the devil. That's the whole idea.
Got it. I like that. In the Netflix show, is it insinuated that he also created the Ninja Turtles, or is that not canon in this?
No, they wouldn't
No?
dare bring that up in the Netflix
Upsetting. Upsetting.
L.
Boo. That's a big boo from me. That's what I have to say. Boo. Everybody
Big
out
boo.
here saying, Netflix Daredevil, best comic book. If it didn't include the Ninja Turtles, big boo. Don't care for it. Boo.
I'll be honest though. I'm surprised that a Ninja Turtles movie's never had Daredevil in it, because I think they could afford to do that. You know,
Give it enough time. I think because that meme with Raphael and Batman is so popular, they're like, no. Right now, the Ninja Turtles have crossed over with like the Justice League, so it's too fresh on people's minds to be like, well, let's actually talk about like the inception of the Ninja Turtles, which is
Yeah.
all Daredevil's fault or whatever that was, or they both had the same canon event or whatever.
right? The chemical that basically got into
Yeah.
Matt Murdock's eyes also spilled into the sewers, which created Splinter and the Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Which, just so I'm getting that right, does that mean that that chemical was some sort of super soldier serum that was being transported, or why does it have this like ability to make things stronger or enhance certain elements? In Daredevil's cases, his eyesight or lack thereof. Is it a
don't
super
know.
soldier serum chemical that
I think it was Java Juice.
you think so?
I mean,
Wait a
you know,
minute.
what I think.
I'm in agreement with KR.
I think somehow they got what was there a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away and brought it to present day.
Oh, well, according to the Marvel.com characters wiki, Daredevil is the man without fear, blinded as a youngster by radioactive chemicals. That's all it says. Matt Murdock soon found out that his other senses had been heightened to extraordinary levels. So it's the same chemical that was injected in the spider that bit Spider-Man that gave him his powers, because those were also radioactive. Or is radioactive just
I don't
a
think
word
radio.
that we use for fun?
I mean, all these characters were created in like the 50s and 60s. So it's like, I think radioactive was just kind of that thing that was, it's kind of like, I don't know what's
Like
a
nuclear now, like nuclear physics now that everyone
Yeah.
uses, like nuclear physics, or AI for us in real life. Everything is AI now.
Right, exactly. So it's like, you know, that's why like Cyborg has changed so much, because like, you know, when during his inception, like computers were starting to become more of a major thing. And then like
Right.
a lot of like, I think Martian Manhunter was created around the time that like aliens were starting to be talked about more. And like, that's why you get stuff in like the Twilight Zone where there's there's like aliens that are turning off power and stuff. So I think a lot of it is a sign of the times, but a lot of this was created around the time of like the Cold War. So you got a lot of like radioactive and like Firestorm's like Nuclear Man and like, you know, so I think a
You
lot
learn
of it
something
just
new every day. I like this.
changes with that. But yeah, I think that's where a lot of it comes from. I imagine. I don't know. Look, I don't know shit about like on that end though. Like scientifically, if there's different, I know there's different kinds of radiation, but I don't know like the different effects of certain ones or whatever. So I can't tell you if it was the same or different. But it's also New York. Like people, the water's fucked in New York. The air is fucked in New York.
Right.
You know, I can imagine some shit. Something got into it. Maybe
So
like
what you're saying
some
is
sriracha
that
got in there.
normal people in New York should have superpowers, but they're hiding it from us. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's very possible. You know.
I'll take it. I like that.
You know. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything, but
Okay, I appreciate the effort.
well, I mean, it wasn't much effort. It was like 3 seconds of my life, you know. All right, so this podcast is going a little bit longer than usual, but we have more to talk about on the next episode with our great host, Chuntillo. And I think he's going to do a little outro for us to tease the next episode. So go right on ahead.
On the next episode, we talk about more buckets and French people and Supergirl and the Snyderverse and all things SEO related. So this episode gets views. See you next episode.
That was great, honestly. I enjoyed
Thank
every
you.
second of that. And
Thank you so much. I was just coming up with things. I'm like, what did we talk about? That way it sounds like we're just going to keep talking about that. But we don't really have topics for the next one.
that got me nostalgic.
Thank you. Yeah. Nostalgic to the same episode.
Yeah. But yeah, before we end this podcast, please follow Chuntillo on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Yeah. What else?
Yeah.
YouTube.
YouTube, TikTok,
Twitter.
or X. If you don't want to read my tweets, I mean, they're not called tweets anymore. They're called excretions now. You can follow me on Twitter at Chuntillo. Excretion is another word for poop. That's the joke. It's a
That's
poop
true.
joke.
That's
joke.
true.
Instagram.
I'm also on Instagram at Chuntillo, Chuntillo. Follow me on all social media with that.
Yeah. And then, you know, my socials, Julian is obviously on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, probably the same stuff, I imagine, right?
It's whatever.
Yeah. Anyways,
I won't be posting.
exactly right. We'll see you on the next episode, and I'm KR. I'm Julian.
Oh, fuck. I'm Julian.
Well, I'll do it one more time.
I think that was perfect.
Did you want to keep going? Oh fuck, I'm Julian. Oh my god. And we'll see you guys for part 2. See ya.